Believe it or not, I've never actually done a Pokemon Nuzlocke before. I was always more concerned.
To go over a few things. I have never done a Nuzlocke before, and I guess this technically still doesn't count.
My first ever Pokemon Nuzlocke, and the game I played in it was Pokemon Ruby.
Lately, I've been sucked into the whirlwind of Pokemon Nuzlocke challenges, where I witnessed...
A Pokemon Nuzlocke is a set of rules that turn a normal playthrough of Pokemon
Add to the games to make them more challenging, called a Pokemon Nuzlocke.
Okay, that's enough. I've been planning to do a Nuzlocke well over a while now and thought, why not start one right now? But wait, what even is a Pokemon Nuzlocke? Well, a Nuzlocke is a way to play Pokemon a lot harder than what it would usually be. There's 3 sets of rules when doing a Nuzlocke. The first being that if a Pokemon dies, it dies forever, and you can't use it. Second, you can only catch the first Pokemon you run into per route. Last, you have to nickname every Pokemon you catch. The version I'm playing is a Pokemon Brick Bronze copy, Roria Conquest. So, enough stupid rules and let's play. I woke up and chose my name, Light. After that, Jake came outside to tell me that my parents wanted to see me at the dig site. When I arrived, my parents didn't notice me, so I ended up hearing their conversation I was absolutely supposed to hear. When they did notice me, though, they asked me to head over to the lab to claim my first Pokemon. Professor Cypress asked to pick one out, and of course the stupidly obvious choice here would be to choose Mudkip, unless you have 0 brain cells. After, Jake wanted to battle me where I clearly won because he sucks. Then my parents gave me my necklace where I then started to head out to Route 1 where I catch my first Pokemon. Well, it's not bad, but it's not very good. After I caught this Pidgey, I named it Gary because I said so. After that, I basically smashed all the trainers in Route 1 and took this potion I found on the ground. It's now time to head to Chesma Town. But before I could, Jake came out of nowhere and told me to follow him. Professor Cypress was waiting for me, as he said the totally heartbreaking, jaw-dropping, skull-breaking news that my parents were kidnapped. After that whole thing, I finally arrived to Chesma Town, where this totally not-so-suspicious-looking girl invites me to her house and then steals my necklace. When I headed out to chase her, Jake appeared out of nowhere again as I told him the news. He seemed more affected than me and asked me to come to Gale Forest with him to chase her. It's also where I encountered my second Pokemon. After catching this trash Pokemon, I named it Noob because I said so. Then battled the 3 trainers waiting for me. But before I challenged the girl, I started to train with this guy so I can level up my Pokemon before challenging her ridiculously strong Pokemon. Remember, it's a Nuzlocke, so I can't afford to be too careful. After training with Steve, Bean and Gary both leveled up to level 15. I then quickly headed over to the monster who stole my necklace and challenged her for it. Being the amazing, wonderful, resilient person I am, I absolutely destroy her Pokemon and got my necklace back. She then ran away, and Jake being useless, he came right after I did all the work, telling me about the 8 gyms in Roria. Anyways, I quickly headed over to Route 2 where I encountered a Shinx. After catching the Shinx, I named it Dinosaur, because why not? After battling the trainers, Bean evolved into Marsh Top, which was nice. After that, I quickly grabbed an Eevee and headed over to the Poke Center, where I healed my Pokemon so I can start training them before the first gym. But before that, I needed the Porygon trapped inside the computer. So I waited a bit and encountered one before capturing it and naming it Greg. Then I started to level up my Pokemon to get ready to battle the first gym with Camper Jacob. After that, I got some of my Pokemon to level 18, and during the training, Gary evolved, which was great, and the Eevee I got evolved too. So now I was all set to battle the first gym. The first two people there waiting for me were a breeze, as I easily took out their Pokemon with Bean. Then came the gym leader, Chad. Chad had Pikachu and a Magnemite, which were faster than my Bean, so I had to strategize. I easily took out the first Pokemon with Bean, using Water Gun. Next came his Magnemite. His Magnemite was chipping Bean's health using Swift, which meant he would be able to go first every time. Plus, Bean couldn't one-tap him, so it took a lot of Bean's health away. Eventually, I was able to kill it, and after, Chad sent in his Chinchou. If his Chinchou was faster than Bean, Bean definitely would have died. But Bean was faster, so using Bulldoze, he took it out with a breeze. Then came his last Pokemon, Pikachu. Pikachus are fast, so whatever speed boost Bean had, Pikachu would still be faster. I healed up Bean, letting him tank 2 hits until I sent in Greg. Greg was able to take out the Pikachu using Conversion 2 and Psybeam. After all this, I finally defeated Gym Leader Chad and successfully claimed my first gym badge. Thanks, Chad, you annoying bum. Okay, moving on. I headed over to Route 5, where this guy that I totally don't recognize or seen in my life gives me running boots, which means I can finally start sprinting. This is where I also encountered my next Pokemon. After I caught the Phanpy and named it Elephant Boy, I headed over to the graveyard where I hope to encounter a Ghastly. Thankfully, I used up all my luck for the next 10 years and actually got a Ghastly that I named Basketball. I then started to make way to Brimber City. But when I was about to enter, Jake popped out of nowhere once again and challenged me to a battle. Of course, I accepted, knowing I was clearly going to beat his ass when this happened. You see now, I was not going to let that slide.
To avenge Noob, I was going to obliterate this Pokemon. I started by calculating the circumference of this Skiddo to calculate the exact damage Gary was going to do once I sent him out and used Gust. To do this, I hopped inside the game, grabbed my ruler, and measured all the parts of the Skiddo's body down to his balls. Once I was finished, Gary clutched up and killed the Skiddo. Don't worry, Noob. You've been avenged.
After that heartbreaking moment, I easily took out the rest of Jake's stupid, dumb Pokemon and headed into Brimber City, where Jake introduced me to the second's gym leader, Sebastian. He told us that Team Eclipse was being stupid, doing some dumb shenanigans in Mount Igneous. Of course, since everybody was so lazy, they assigned me to the job of sorting it out. Heading on to Route 6, I encountered a Growlithe, where I accidentally killed it. God damn it. Anyways, I entered Mount Igneous and took out all their trash guards and found Admin Harry doing some random stuff until he started yapping when he noticed me, until we started to finally battle. Bean handled his team pretty easily and we won against him. After that, Harry didn't care and still awoke Groudon thinking he was the final boss and tried to command him. But instead of Groudon listening, he absolutely embarrassed Harry to the next bloodline, then ran away. Anyways, Sebastian came out of nowhere and put him back to sleep. Well, after that whole thing, I encountered a Sizzlepede and named it Centipede. I know, so original. I soon went back to heal my Pokemon and started to train and level them up to the level cap to get ready to battle the second gym. After training, I got all my Pokemon to level 25, and where Ghastly evolved into Gengar, which was really good. After heading back to the Poké Center, healing my Pokemon and buying potions, it was time to challenge the second gym. Once again, the people waiting there were a breeze sweeping their Pokemon with Bean. Once I reached the gym leader Sebastian, I knew I was in trouble. Nah, I'm joking, Sebastian was one of the easiest gyms so far. Bean absolutely destroyed his entire team with me only having to use one potion. After obliterating his team, he gives my second gym badge, and then I was on my way. I quickly healed up my Pokemon against and headed on over to Route 7. After heading into Route 7, I encountered a Poliwag, which I couldn't name for some weird reason. Anyways, I battled the trainers waiting there and headed inside where the lumberjacks worked. After clearing them out, their boss came and gave them a spanking where the dam was now cleared. After that, I headed on into Laguna Lake. I then healed up my Pokemon, and that was it for today's episode. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you had fun watching, and if you would like to see me do this again, get this video to 5 likes and I'll do an episode 2.